We need to have a very serious sit down. We need to all just collectively gather everything that we know and come to a serious agreement that this right here, it's, I sat down and I observed very deeply. We need to really stop training AI to, when I tell you the degree and the pace that this is going is is way more important than it looks, is way more serious than everything right now. Everyone has their AI. Google, as soon as you type something in the search engine, the automatic AI review comes up. I don't know if there's a setting to turn it off, but it's something that automatically comes up. It's convenient for us. It's easier. It gathers everything all at once. So it's automatically using AI. Our favorite apps automatically incorporated AI when we certain updates with the apps. When we automatically agree to the terms of service, and it automatically incorporates AI to take and study you, study your content, study the words that you say, filter out the things that you say, and basically just shadow ban you a little bit, push you down, and raise what really doesn't matter up. That way, it could just, when you're a smaller content creator, it's easy for them to steal your content because in their minds, once they suppress you, your content, what you stand for, then they can copy you. They can. It's easier for them to study you, to keep you small, so nobody will notice. And I feel like unconsciously we are skipping something, and I just want to bring it to everybody's attention that this shit right here, for like this automatic thing that's going on, that's training AI to really study us down to a T, it's way bigger than what they are trying to make us see. And I'm just going to lay down a few points that's really going to open up more of what I mean. I want to say it all at once, but I can't. So I just let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Now, I've said this in my stop selling products that aren't yours video. I said this already. If you have important information, you need to be selling it. It's You really have no choice because once whatever, I don't know if y'all watch Black Mirror. So, which is why this is kind of like touching me a little different, because watching Black Mirror and then seeing all of this really happen in real time, and everyone is really, like, a lot of people is just so casual about it. A lot of people are just, not really focused on that. They're not really seeing it as a very big issue. I am, and I just want y'all to know, if you have anything that's extremely important, you need to make sure it's sacred. Make sure you're selling it, because if AI is free, then that means you shouldn't. Okay? What you know shouldn't be free. What you have shouldn't be free. Everyone, feels the need to show off all the things that they have, all the things that they feel like they're out the grid, out the system, and they feel free to just share that online because in their minds, and everybody's minds, they think that what they share online is just specifically to a really real community. Okay? 100% of your community is not real. A lot of people are just watching, observing. You don't really know who the fuck is watching and observing, who's reporting, who's really just trying to study everything, all the trends that everybody's dabbling into, all the movements and the changes people are trying to collectively do. They're studying that. They're studying everything that you know. And I just personally feel like whatever you know that you know can really help a lot of people, especially if you're exposing a lot of crazy things, a lot of deep things, a lot of odd things, a lot of odd history that's in this world that we don't even live 100% in. All of those things I feel like shouldn't be free anymore. All of that information, I don't know if y'all heard that they're burning the books. They've been burning books. Okay, they've been doing that. They did that 6 years ago. That's why everyone had to go outside. The air wasn't healthy, stuff like that. They've been burning that shit. Okay? Who knows if they use forest fires to cover it up, put a bunch of books in the forest and start that shit, and then I don't know what happened. A forest fire happened. And who knows? Who knows, right? But they've been studying books. And they're now having AI study a ton of books and then burning them right after that. You have something that's very valuable, a lot of knowledge, a lot of books that you put out and that you share on the internet. You share your thoughts, you share your deeper understandings, you share your techniques, you share everything. While AI is just secretly studying you, everything that you know, all the products that you use, all the raw things is helping AI right now. And you're putting it online for free. I don't care how much you know. I don't care how much of it you have. It shouldn't be free anymore. If AI is free, automatically can scan anything. I'm seeing AI can make whole websites. If AI is free, what you know out of your actual human being knowledge, it shouldn't be free. That's just my opinion. Free knowledge is also the reason why nobody is taking urgent information seriously. From what I know, if you paid for the information that you like to study and the information that you know, if you paid for it, you're going to make sure you get your money's worth. Okay? A lot of people, it's so much knowledge on the internet, it's so much information on the internet. Nobody knows what to really believe or take seriously. Nobody knows what's really authentic information, because even some like conspiracy theorists, content creators, they know certain topics aren't really necessarily real, but they still talk about it just to kind of spark up engagement and to spark up likes and stuff like that. If you know you got actual real information, you're not just trying to bait for likes and just likes, shares, comments, and views. You know that this stuff that you're sharing is actually real and actually valuable information. You can sell that. There's no reason to just have that willingly on the internet anymore, because it's not as safe. It's not as, it was never really safe. It's been something that they've been preparing to just study everybody and everything. If you got something, or if you know somebody who got something that's very valuable information wise, and you pay for a subscription, you would take a lot of shit serious. You wouldn't waste no $10, no $5, no $20, anything. Okay, you wouldn't just waste that and not use the information that that person is giving you. A lot of people don't feel the need to take a lot of things serious because there's so much out there for free that is like, if nobody is talking about one thing in one direction, then everyone could just scatter and just feel how they want to feel. No one is really stuck in stern on just believing one main thing or multiple main things that are actual issues. So which is why I believe that if you have anything that's valuable information wise, you should be selling it, because once people buy it, they're going to take exactly what you're saying seriously, because they don't want to waste their money. And if you're selling it, guess who can't study it? AI, right? Now, if you got spies watching you, that's just another story. But guess who can't study it if you just have it more secluded? AI can't study it because it's not just out there willingly for it to study unless, you just going, you got easy money coming from AI, but I doubt companies is going to let that happen. Another thing is that I think symbolism is the only safe option. Why? Because with symbolism, with anything, any logos that we know, logos is symbolism, whatever. Anything that we know symbolically, we know something owns it, we know where it comes from, we know the territory that that symbol owns, right? Kind of like America or any other country, we got flags everywhere. Flags are symbols of the territory that is owned. Symbolism is the safest option. Okay, in cultures, we know symbols is something that they communicated with. Shit that we cannot understand nowadays. Why wouldn't they make the language that we speak easier? That way they know what everyone's talking about is more easier to surveillance if everyone can speak and understand the same language. If they can document the same language, it's easier for them to surveil, basically. But if we got symbols that represent certain things and strongly represent certain things, they can't really take that away from us because they use symbolism all the time, right? It's how, hidden in plain sight, stuff like that. We know that whatever is a symbol of anything, we know what's ours, we know what's theirs. It's easier for everyone to just study those kind of codes. Even now, it's hard for like certain cultures who have really intricate and very, I wouldn't say difficult, but it's very a lot of detail that goes into their symbolism, very deep, very complex, that no one can fucking understand. But they know it, and they know that whatever language that was theirs, they know that was for them. They know what it means to be that. They know the meaning behind it. They know what it represents. Okay, symbolism is the safest option that we got now. It's the easiest communicator. Nobody will really know, AI, or not many people will really know symbols. They can't really make a easy observation. They can't really summarize a symbol without, of course, you explaining the meaning behind it. Especially if you just have something that's very personal, especially if you have a community that reps certain symbols, it won't be that easy to trace. It won't be that easy to identify certain things. Symbolism is just one of the safer communicators we got right now, because using our own language, it studies that too. Okay, having our own using any language in the world, it studies that too. Okay, yeah, yeah. So another thing that I would like to mention is that like your content wouldn't be stolen if it wasn't free. Feel me? It's just back to back. I'm seeing a lot of content creators complain about, oh, this AI account stole this. Music art, that's a different story, but content creation, because we know content creation, especially for a lot of us, is very personal. It's very just one-on-one. Is the only way a lot of people, for some of us, it's just the only way people understand us, and it's just easier for us just to communicate freely and create a community that also thinks the same way we do, right? So you build that as a community, and then next thing you know, an AI account scans your whole shit and starts posting your videos out of nowhere. You like, oh my gosh, let me post this too. Let me complain about it. Well, it's getting to a point where that's just the norm, right? And of course, the people who own these apps, they play into it like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this account AI scanned you and made an account out of you. That is so crazy. They're going to play into it and just act like they didn't allow that to be something that's in their terms of service that can happen. They're gonna act like, they're gonna act like they gonna be your savior and your hope in that area, knowing damn well that's something that they leaked out there. A bunch of bots, a bunch of bot accounts, a bunch of AI bot accounts that are meant to automatically scan whoever and whatever. That wouldn't happen if your content wasn't free. That wouldn't happen. I know you don't want to charge anybody anything because you feel like, this stuff should be free. Well, you don't have to charge a large amount, but it can't just be out there willingly and then you get online and you talk about it and you say, I can't believe this happened. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't free. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know you don't want to charge nobody, but it's getting to a point where you're gonna have no choice. And then guess what? Once everybody realizes that, and guess what? Everyone's gonna start doing it. Everyone's gonna start having their own accounts that they want people to pay for and stuff like that. It's gonna come to a point where everyone's gonna realize that, and now it's gonna be oversaturated, and then now not everybody's gonna be able to keep up. Everyone's trying to get, some money off of that too. Everyone's gonna realize at some point that that's just something that's very necessary. Is to really sell you. If you are a real person, you need to really, you need to actually just sell what you know. It just is what it is, unless you want to get scanned, because it's billions of accounts. Not it can't it's not ready to fully hasn't fully scanned everybody yet, especially if you're someone who's very useful to AI. Your information is very useful for AI. They may not take down your account yet. They may not copy your account yet. They want to get all your information first and then probably use you for a bot account, an AI account. Who knows? Because I don't know how big this video is going to get. So most people will come to the realization that their valuable information needs to be sold. And it just is what it is. Your account wouldn't be stolen if it wasn't free. You know. Hopefully, everyone will come to a realization that that's very necessary. It might take time, and then when everyone does come to that realization, it'll be like super saturated. But we'll see. And on the lines of what they want. Okay, so let's just kind of observe the pattern, right? Meta, what was it? Like the avatars and stuff like that. Let's say like Snapchat back in the day had avatars. All these apps are wanting to kind of urge you to create some type of avatar, right? And it seems like the only way for your true identity to be protected, like this is just what I'm observing from them saying it without saying it. But in order for your true identity to be protected, you must create an avatar like a video game because they don't want your original body to exist anymore. Okay? That's just what they want. They want to say it without saying it. They want to kind of ease y'all into that understanding. Like, okay, if you're not going to create an AI, a meta avatar, okay, well, let's just create you, let's just copy you and publish you on another account and just see how you like it, right? It's one or the other. They don't want they really don't want your real identity for real. They much rather that is kind of like it's not saying exactly that being an avatar, having some type of avatar is more beneficial, but having multiple unrecognizable features and looks about you is harder for AI to read that because you're not a consistent identity. So if anything about you isn't consistently recognizable, then that works better for you, because now you've created multiple identities that can't just all the way 100% trace to just one person, because they can't track you twice, they can't track that identity twice. They just want you to create an avatar to kind of just hide your existing body. Not saying that it's good, but I could just notice that being the case, that they want to push and kind of just edge on the, and just for everyone to be kind of comfortable with that. If y'all don't know, like, a lot of people on Instagram help people create like AI avatars, right? So they can be totally undressed, not getting ready. They didn't get up to get ready for their video at all. They click on the app and suddenly all of their makeup, hair, outfit is fresh and it's clean. Click of a button, you can make a video exactly like this and still get all the views. That's what they want. Okay, they don't really want one-on-one natural human or being to being earthling connection. They don't really want that. So, which is why they're making it uncomfortable. They're making it uncomfortable for you. They're making it uncomfortable for everybody to show their true self on the internet. You can use that to your advantage and kind of just manipulate how AI can kind of trace you and your true identity. You can use that to your advantage if you want to, you know. Another thing with Meta that I do want to touch on is the glasses. The glasses are the newest, hottest surveillance right now. Birds were the surveillance before, but they became useless because they want to catch you at eye level. Okay, they want to catch you fully at eye level. Birds can't do that. Birds, they move, they twitch too much. It's kind of, it's not just one solid. It's not solid. They want something that can really see you directly. Birds can't really catch you properly walking. It can't really, it doesn't help to scan you properly walking when it's a bird who flies when it wants to flies, moves its head when it wants to. It can't, they can't really do nothing with that anymore. So they put out the glasses that that can also help AI fully scan the pace that you walk, the expressions that you make, the way you laugh, eye contact, height, a normal height. Is able to catch a better understanding of one-on-one unscripted emotions and conversations. Birds, the birds can't do that. They're at most of the time lower levels, or they're at super high levels. They can't do that. They need as many scans as possible. So they're gonna come out with the glasses. That way, for AI in the future, it's just it's able to have much more natural conversations. They don't want AI to seem like an outcast. So they need something that it can observe and study. So it could just flow naturally and just be as raw as possible. That's what that's for. You would, I, I know for a lot of people, how they create content, it connects with them in a deep way. But we'll give it to the end of the year. From the end of the year to the future, you will have to reroute your approach when using social media. Even me, okay? You have to just really reroute your approach on how you come on social media, because the same anymore. It's not it's not the same. You have to really reroute how you don't want to if you don't want to filter anything about you, you have to know how to keep your social media identity safe and protect it as much as possible. It just is what it is. Some of y'all, no shade. Some of y'all barely raise your motherfucking kids. Okay, y'all got iPad kids running around the city, the block. They got their own accounts on social media. Some of y'all is barely raising y'all kids, but you're willingly, unconsciously raising AI. You're raising it day and night. Basically, raising a baby that isn't yours. All right. I said in a video that the kids are their superpowers are more activated than ours right now. So as you're learning, you need to be teaching because they can pick up on everything super quickly now. There's no need to kind of feel like everything needs to be pushed away or hidden from children right now, except as unless it's like sex or sexuality, stuff like that. That's like later on conversations. But when it comes to just when it comes to just certain things that they'll grow up into, they need to know what's going on. But you're not really sitting down and doing that. You're worried about, what you're worried about. Not even going to get deeper into your personal life, but when you use AI, it automatically is training, whatever information you put in there, it's automatically training it. You rather do that on a daily basis, day and night. You're not even raising your damn kid the same. You raising AI, a baby that's not yours. They're not even paying you. They're not even paying you to use you. They're not paying you every time you use AI because what you're actually doing is training it for free. They're not going to tell you that, but you are. They're not paying you for that, but you're doing it. It's not funny because it's real. Okay. And what that reminds me of is like back in slavery when the white people would use the black women to the slave owners, right? Back in slavery, they would use the black women to help raise their white children, to help raise them, right? They would use black women to help raise their white children. That's what this is reminding me when it comes to AI. They use the black women to help raise their white children and put and import important knowledge so their white children can be advanced. That sounds like what we're doing now. The slaves are now us, okay? They did that to black people already. They did that to black women because specifically it was black women. They used black women to help raise their white children so they can be advanced. We see those advanced white children today. Even back, even way back, that was the case. Okay, that's why we see these advanced white people now. Anyways, but they used them to help their white children be advanced. The slaves are now us. Okay, and we're helping their robot babies to be advanced, to be like us. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. You know, destiny swapping with AI. It's what it is. Is what's happening. Destiny swapping with AI. They're stealing the jobs. They're taking careers. They're firing people because they done built an AI system. You think full AI factories, you think those took overnight to make? They've been preparing it for probably 10 years already. They been knew they was gonna get you out of here. They didn't just build those factories overnight. They didn't just prepare all that AI electronic equipment overnight. They been knew they was gonna get you out of here. They been knew they was gonna destiny swap you for AI. Take your job, take your career, take your knowledge, take your identity, take all of you, study you, exchange all of that so AI can be just as conscious and 1,000 million more times advanced than you. They've been knew that. They've been preparing it this whole time. They're using AI to destiny swap with us. How you feel about that? How you feel about that? Slavery was a destiny swap. It was. Slavery was a destiny swap. If we are the new slaves, the whole world, okay, if we're the new slaves, then what destiny swapped with us again? AI. AI destiny swapped with us. It's trying to. It's almost at completion of destiny swapping with everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say, I know it's not really taken as serious because nobody as powerful or important isn't coming out and saying it, or a group of important, powerful people isn't just coming out and saying it. But all the info you need is in movies already. I understand the point of us doing one-on-one, transferring information, circulating everything online on social media platforms and stuff like that. I understand it. Okay, you want to repeat it until everybody gets it. I get it. But when it comes to now, we just all need to understand that I get it. It's just better when someone else like you is telling you information that you already been thinking about, that you already been studying. It helps because you feel like you're not alone. You don't have to. You feel alone. You have to think you're alone. You know that there is a big community that's on the same page and on the same mindset as you. But when it comes to now, all the info you need is in movies already. Don't feel like it's fake anything. All the info you need is in movies. They've been telling us. It's been out there. We're just repeating it over and over. No shit. Like no shit that's happening. No shit that's the case. No shit that this look what this powerful elite person did. No fucking shit. They've been showing it in movies. It's been out there already. All the info you need is in movies. All the preparation that you need to do has been shown in movies. All the knowledge that you need to collect is in movies. All the truths and all the secrets that you want to know is in movies already. It's all in movies. All the names, all the families, all the tricks and the magic is all in movies already. They put it out there already. Also, all the info you need is in books. If you don't invest in improving your knowledge, I don't know what to tell you. Because you feel the need to sit here online all day, every day, watching videos of different people different things, express different things, expose different things all day. You feel the need to sit down and watch that as a guilty pleasure, right? But all the info you need, if you feel like if you are noticing that sorry if you are noticing that you or your favorite person is transferring, or you notice that somebody that you like watching, or if you are a content creator yourself, you noticing that certain pages and certain things, certain platforms are scanning and copying you. If you are someone, it's mainly for the viewer though. It's mainly for the viewer, because the people who spread the information, they already got they already are on that page of investing their knowledge and spreading it elsewhere, everything that they know, right? But if you are a viewer and you are not investing in your knowledge, specifically in books, I don't know what to tell you. You will be so far behind. It's not even funny. Books, books aren't safe, okay? No book in this world is safe. If you don't have at least 100 books, I don't know what to tell you, on everything that you want to know, everything that you need to know is in books already. I know what you want to do is have a conversation, and you want to join conversations about certain things, about the knowledge that you just learned. You want to be in those conversations. I get it. But if you aren't taking the time to invest and actually collect all the knowledge that you are learning in physical form, if you aren't collecting it, if you aren't investing in it to have it in your hands in physical form, I don't know what to tell you. You will be literally so far behind. It's not even funny. It's like serious. It's really, it's serious. I don't know what to tell you. You need to, I don't know how much you notice that, I don't know how much time you realize or that you notice that you're spending on social media. I don't know if you notice how much time you're spending on social media. You should really look at your hourly activity, your daily activity on social media. You should look at it and stare at it for a minute. How much information are you collecting a day? And then you go on and you scroll onto the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing. All of it isn't in physical form for you to go back and study and to further research. You're just trying to be a sponge to everything, and still trying to figure out how you're going to change your lifestyle at the same time. You need to invest in improving your knowledge. Have everything that you love learning, have everything that you study, have it in physical form. Do not just think everything you know is going to just stick to your memory. You don't even remember the last 10 slides or reels you watched. If you know it was important, you know whatever they said stuck out to you, have it in physical form. They can shut down the internet. They can shut down the internet and erase everything. You know that, right? They can shut down the internet and erase everything, unless you've journaled or printed all the information that you are gathering. Unless you've journaled it or printed it out, saving it on your phone is useless. It is. You can save, you can download as much things as you want. If you ain't putting it on a hard drive, if you ain't journaling, if you ain't printing no information out, if you not buying it in book form, it's useless. Saving it on your phone is useless. They can literally cut everything off and wipe it out. Once AI is done scanning everything, they can reset the internet where it's nothing but AI owned. So everything is just AI owned. Saving it on your phone is useless if you don't have a physical form of anything, of any knowledge that you want to gather and that you feel like is sacred knowledge. If it's not in physical form, it's useless. It is. Pen and paper is important. If pen and paper wasn't important, everything wouldn't require pen and paper. Okay, documents is pen and paper. Any deals you make is on a pen and paper. Books is ink and paper. Pen and paper is important. Anything business wise has to involve pen and paper. Anything business wise. Any documents, pen, paper, ink, paper, all of that is important. If pen and paper wasn't important, everything wouldn't require it. Okay, for it to be a solidified deal to anything, for any deal or any agreement to be solidified, it involves pen, ink, and paper. So connect those two, right? You should invest in your knowledge and buy books or journal or print it out. All of those things is paper. If pen and paper wasn't important, if you feel like books ain't important, right? Because you might be someone who feels like books really ain't that important. Everything's on my phone. Everything is safe on my phone. You may feel like journaling takes too long. You may feel like you don't want to invest in getting a printer or getting these things printed out. If pen, ink, and paper wasn't important, nothing would require it to be the staple or the symbol of solidification. Pen, ink, and paper is important. Having it written down, having all the knowledge that you're gathering in physical form is important. And I just got a question, right? How many people need to say the same thing over and over again and we still don't collectively do anything about it? You know, we hear the same shit all the time. We do. It's repeated over and over again. We know who the evil families are. We know who the evil beings and creatures are. We know the secrets of celebrities. We know the intentions. We know the magic. We know the hidden truths. We know everything's exposed, right? We know it all. We say the same shit over and over again. How many times we gonna say it and still collectively not do anything about it? Is it really that important? Is it just fun? Is just talking about these things just fun? Is people who's questioning the same thing like, are we taking it too serious? Is it just like fun for y'all and I'm not just catching on? Because we've been talking about the same shit for years over and over again. The same knowledge, the same topics, the same conspiracies, the same exposing the same shit. It's all been the same ongoing conversation for years, and still collectively nothing has been done about it. How many times are we going to talk about it? I mean, what that's just a question I got. Just a question. And just something just small that goes along with the question that I just asked is like, if we all talk about the same things, if we all watch the same videos, if we all share the same content, I'm talking about share as in like when you see a video talking about or exposing certain things, you share it, or you share it and send it to somebody so they can watch it and stuff like that. We can all talk about the things that's going on in the world, the things, the people, the creatures, the celebrities, stuff like that. We can talk about all of that. But I feel like if we collectively don't do shit about it, then that means that there is a main problem. We all ain't collectively doing anything about it. We just talking about it. Then that means there's a main problem. And I see where the problem is. I wrote it right here, right? The lack of knowledge isn't the problem because everything we need to know is everywhere. The lack of we all know the same things, which means the lack of knowledge isn't the problem. It's not the problem. You may think that, oh, I need to know more. We need to know more. We need to expose more. We need to tell and just say and express everything more. We need to just expose it all more. You may think that's something that you need. That's not, you're not lacking in that area. Nobody's lacking in that area. All the knowledge that we need to know right now, because all of it is being allowed to be exposed, right? So all of the knowledge that we need is everywhere. We all know it. Okay? Which means the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding of the world that you live in isn't the problem. The problem is the lack of movement, the lack of courage, the lack of understanding of the power within yourself. So instead of telling all that you know already, instead of me, I'll just say for me specifically, right? Instead of telling you and you all everything that you know already, because everything is out there already, instead of telling you what you already know, the exposing what you already know, instead of me, and if this video, I don't know how big this video is going to get, but instead of me going in that same direction and making that just a niche or a box I fit in, I don't know. But instead of me going in that same direction and telling you the same thing what someone else just told you, exposing the same thing someone else just exposed, instead of me going in that area and talking about things that you already know, obviously, I'll be moving on to talking about character development, mental development, spiritual development, because everybody knows everything but themselves. The lack of understanding of the power that you hold within yourself is the issue that I observed. I understand it. I understand the main reason why collectively we could talk about the same things over and over again and not do anything about it. It's not that we're lacking knowledge. We know it already. We're lacking just movement. We're lacking character development. We're lacking mental development. We're lacking spiritual development. If we all don't go at war at the main problem, then we need to know how to fight when shit get weird, okay? If we all are not attacking the issue all at once, then you need to be working at yourself, working on yourself, understanding the power that you have within you, okay? Because easily That's what they want to steal. That's why your identity is so important to help AI train. If you don't understand the power that your identity holds, if you don't understand the power that you hold internally, of course, it's going to be so easy to keep taking advantage. It's going to be so easy, which means that it's just, yeah, it's going to be so easy. It is. If your character isn't developed, if you don't know who you are, you don't know the power that you hold, all of this will be so easy to kind of make you feel like I ain't shit. You know, it'll easily just make you feel like you're powerless, right? You feel like, this world is so dark. I'm basically fucking powerless against this world who against this land who holds a ton of dark layered secrets. You may think you out of power at this point. You're out of power, you're out of luck. You feel like I ain't got shit on these crazy motherfuckers. I ain't got shit on them, okay? You think you crazy, but these motherfuckers is crazy. You may think you ain't got shit on them. You may think that your power isn't as strong as theirs. You don't understand yourself. You don't understand you. You understand everything else. You don't understand you. So I'm going to focus on that part when it comes to helping you understand that development, because I don't understand why when it comes to content that talks about spiritual development, it's not that popular. It's really not that, it's not that popular. Exposing secrets, conspiracy theories, stuff like that. That's very that's very popular. That is very popular. But when it comes to spiritual, mental, character improvement, development, internal power, when it comes to raising that frequency within yourself, that kind of content isn't really that popular, which means it must work, right? It's better if you put all your energy into tapping into things that aren't necessarily about you. It's about you because it's about you because you just want to learn the kind of world you live in. I get it. You want to learn. You want to know how they're taking advantage of you. You want to know how they're taking advantage of your family, your kids, and stuff like that. What are you going to do about it on the back end? You know this. You know this on the front. You know this right here. You know this already. What are you going to do about it on the back end? How are you going to yourself, right? How you going to really raise your conscious level? How you going to raise your spiritual level against the major spiritual attack that they got on everybody? Okay. How are you going to protect yourself on the back end? How are you really going to transform yourself on the back end to know that all the power that you hold, they can't fuck with? They can fuck with everything else but the power that you hold. They can fuck with everything else but your identity. They can fuck with everything else, but they can't fuck with the power that you know you got within you. They can't fuck with it. You know you. Even if they do know you, you know that your power one on one, you know you can handle. You know what you can handle one on one. You know what you could do just by yourself. You know you can really tap into so many things. It's not even funny. It's really serious. You can really tap into a lot of things once you just understand that that's something that's super important, right? Just be conscious of what you're doing for yourself on the back end when you take the time to do things, express certain things on the internet. Take the time to just improve certain things internally. So I'll be focusing on that. I'll be making a majority of my content around that: character development, spiritual development, mental development, a little bit of physical. I'll talk about a little bit of physical things too. But I just want to work on consciously refocusing back on who you are here. Okay? Once this phone cuts off, how are you handling certain things for yourself? Once this phone comes off, once this phone cuts off, once you're done doing your daily dose of gathering information in your mind, right? Once you're done doing your daily dose of that, what are you doing for yourself on the back end? How are you helping you? Do you just go to sleep and then wake up and do it and just scroll, gather, and engage in certain content, engage in certain things? Even if you do, even if you are someone who does the content, how are you? What are you doing on the back end for yourself once the phone cuts off? To spiritually protect you, to spiritually understand you, to let go certain things before you die, right? To just really understand you completely, question just certain things that you might have believed, right? You may be too scared to do that, just to kind of erase what was conditioned into you. You may be scared to do that, but it needs to happen. It needs to. So I'll be focusing on making that a big main part of my content. I can't keep talking about everybody else and what everybody else got going on. You need to know who you are and how to make yourself stronger. Okay? Exposing people, exposing shit, and exposing celebrities, exposing billion shit like that. You need to know who you are. So I would love to just make that a big part of my content, and I will. Also, I just want to say something. Like, have y'all realized that billionaires have like one of the strongest spiritual protections? Just saying, like they got like the strong, like no matter what a billionaire does. I just seen a video of a very well known last name. They were just out in the public, right? No hands on security. Very old man. No hands on security, right? Whether or not they did have snipers around or hitmen or under secret service kind of people around, whether or not they did have that around, the person who was recording was able to just walk up to them still freely. I'm talking about like they was only like 2 inches apart. A regular civilian and this very well known last name was only like 2 inches apart. That's how close that they was able to conversate with each other. Which means anybody could have just bombarded that motherfucker. That old person that we know who got the big last name, they could have been easily just bombarded and trampled by a bunch of people if everybody knew where that specific person was. The same way that regular person who made it that video, they was able to ask that old man a couple questions and stuff like that. That just means that not only do they have, of course, top-notch security, but I don't think we realize how strong the spiritual protection that these billionaires got and how weak our spiritual protection as regular civilians is. I don't think many people realize that our spiritual protection ain't low key weak as fuck. It is. These billionaires got strong ass spiritual protection. No matter what they do, there's still people still want to be involved. People still want to be, submit to certain things. You know, I just want to put that out there. Cause yeah. I just want to put that out there. When it comes to the content that I will further make, character development, mental development, spiritual development, content development, because I also want to dabble into, even though I'm a new content creator myself, I am observing what is missing content wise for certain people who do want to start making content, especially content when it comes to just like flourishing content. I will be in the next video, I will be talking about learning the alter ego. Because if you don't know, the alter ego is a mask for identity protection. Like in cultures, we can use African culture as a big example. They wore a mask. They wore a mask, okay? The alter ego is a mask for raw, real identity protection. I get it, it's a little scary for some people, especially when they, it's common conversations about this when it comes to like celebrities and stuff like that. When they have an alter ego, they are automatically looked at as like they're looked at as like crazy people, but alter egos now will be very beneficial for a lot of us if they're training AI to steal our real identity. Alter egos can be very beneficial at this point in time. Okay, even for celebrities, like alter egos is very beneficial because they deal with a lot of spirits and energies anyway. But just for regular people, especially who also do content, learning the alter ego will be very beneficial because it will be now your new mask for identity protection. You can still be who you are, but you know that, like I said, rerouting the way you approach social media, you know that who you are will be protected if once you figure out how to really master avoiding certain things when it comes to social media. It will be very beneficial. So I'll be talking about that in the next video on how to operate in the alter ego when necessary. And that is it. That is my conversation. That is my thoughts. That is my warnings. That is all that is important right now. That is all that is relevant. I hope you take this serious. I don't know how big this video is going to get, but it's here. The video exists. That's it. That is all. And I will see you. See, one thing you're going to know is they can't copy this motherfucking voice crack, okay? This voice crack is something special. But this voice you gonna know it's me by this motherfucking voice crack, okay? This voice crack, yeah, it's something special, ain't it? But that is it. That is all. I hope a lot of things clicked, right? I hope you really are taking this serious. Okay, don't let it be a trend to take these things serious, okay? A lot of people feel like, they need permission to take certain shit serious. You don't. You don't need permission. Take it serious, okay? And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Of course, I mean, like, we can never forget. I don't give a fuck how serious the video is. We can never skip over the makeup look, okay? Something quick. I don't y'all. Some of y'all ain't watch, but in my cancer season birthday idea video, I did say this was gonna be my birthday outfit. It ended up raining on my birthday, so I didn't get to wear the outfit. But I'm wearing it now. So it was like cute, like a little romantic. A little romantic. I don't know. Like little. I was going for like a French kind of romance vibe, but it ended up turning into like a rock vibe. It's not what I was going for. I was going to put my hair up and put certain accessories in it, but you know, it's whatever. Got the swirls and stuff. I'm going to put the inspiration right here, so it kind of makes sense. I wasn't trying to really go too crazy into detail with my makeup. I was just trying to do something like, still trying to do something different, but something a little bit more quicker so I can get this video done, because I really had something to say. I really just needed to get that shit off my chest. It was irritating me. The amount of things that I've been seeing and observing has been irritating me. I just had to make this video as quick as possible. Yeah, got the glitter on the lip. And yeah, something cute, something simple. Hopefully, like the glitter is picking up on, like the same way it's picking up on here, it's picking up on here too, because it's very sparkly. It's like very, very sparkly. So usually it doesn't pick up because I got so many LED lights. I got 4 LED lights right now. It usually doesn't pick up all of the sparkles, so hopefully it is, but if not, of course you're going to see it in the pictures, right? Yeah. All right, I'm done. I'll see y'all in the next video.